Yeah, we were back up in La Crosse. Could it be a frog day? I don't know, but I'm with my good buddy Jeremiah Burish, and when we're up here in La Crosse, it's nothing but great fishing. Don't miss this episode. This is Hook and Hunt TV.
Down Interstate 49, we're just looking for a good time. Better buy another case of beer, cause you know you're gonna need it here. Time to go, yeah, we're gonna start the show. It's time to call your friends and let the fun begin. Party's on, yeah, and it won't take long.
Nice job, dude. Nice fish. There you go. The frog is starting to pay off, man. Well done. Yeah, that is sweet.
He got it. He wanted it.
Well done. Well done. There we go. Come on. Come on. Here. Yeah. They're on the frog so far today. Not a monster, but it's so fun when they eat that thing. Definitely when you're coming here to La Crosse in August, that later July, August time, you see the stuff that we're fishing here. This is duckweed. And we've got some wood in it, and right now that's what a lot of the fish seem to be hanging on. A lot of these hits are not really hard. They're just coming up and barely just sucking the thing in. Right now, this part of the day, the slower we seem to work that frog and pause it, the better off we seem to get. We're about 3 for 4 right now on bites. We're just gonna keep going down this duckweed right now because that's where they seem to be hanging out, and we'll see. As we always say, it's one piece of the puzzle at a time. Right now, I think we're onto something.
This segment of Hook and Hunt TV is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
There's a couple more of those little, like, indents coming up here.
Yep. That's exactly what they were on. Anytime you found.
Yeah. Didn't even see it. I just felt him. Yeah. Get in here.
There you go, Jim.
Man, that is fun. They are hitting it so light. Man, they're fat little guys this time of year though, but that Terminator frog is working pretty good. It's amazing. And sometimes in the summertime, we've got pretty warm water temperatures here right now, probably around 80, probably upper 70s, low 80s. And a lot of times when it gets that high like that, you really have to work the bait slow. And the explosions are not what you usually think they are. A lot of times they're not that big explosion. I just actually felt my line move a little bit when I looked away and then set the hook. My bad, I should have been paying attention. When you're frog fishing like this, make sure you're always watching that frog in the area surrounding it, because sometimes the water around it's going to move. That's going to give you an idea that at least a frog is there. And here in La Crosse, it's such great frog fishing, you've really got to pay attention on every cast you make. He just barely slurped that frog, and yeah, popped it right off there too. There you go. Come on, in you go. Oh yeah. Oh. That one barely hit that bait, but those hooks got him real good. Nice river bass. I'll tell you what, that Terminator frog has always been one of my favorite. And this white one, whenever they're chasing bait fish, I don't know if they think it's a frog or whatever, but when I know they're chasing bait fish because we can see them, ouch, up there in the pads doing that and chasing bait fish. And when they are, there's nothing better for me than that white Terminator. Man, look at that today. It's just been, that was new. They just beat the heck out of it. And when all else fails, pop the frog.
This segment of Hook and Hunt TV is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
You smart son of a gun. Let's see. I think he's still on there. Let's see. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Get in there. Yeah. Man, I had to work for that fish. These river bass are so mean. And that nice bladed jig again. But yeah, I tell you, when you come to La Crosse, these fish are so mean. They are so mean. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, buddy. That was a challenge. I'll tell you what, a bladed jig is always a good choice up here. And even though most of the fish that we're catching on frog, it's really tough, and you don't have to get complicated with it. Just plain white, 3/8, half ounce. 3/8, since the water is shallower, it's easier to keep the bait up. I throw that little Shields 3.3 swim bait on the back of it, like I've been doing all year, and it's just a great color. It's nice and easy. Silver blade, white skirt. Just reel it slow. Remember that water temperature is warm, so just reel that bait slow, kill it over logs, kill it next to laydowns, things like that, and that fish hit. But in the river, sometimes you gotta go after them. I want to talk to you about the baits that we used today, and although the frog played a major role, there were a couple other things that we were using as well. And the first was an oldie but a goodie, and that's that storm chug bug. And what Jeremiah did is he took the new hybrid bladed treble, and I absolutely love that little hook from VMC, and he put it on the front. Now that hybrid bladed treble can be used on a bunch of different lures, but on top water it's really great. Remember, two things have to happen every time you catch a fish. You have to attract them and you have to trigger them. And putting that bladed treble on there, every time he would chug that bug, so to speak, that little blade would flash, and that drives smallmouth and largemouth crazy. But it's a bait that I'm going to be utilizing more for smallmouth, especially because they really seem to key in on that bait and they hit it hard. Now the other bait that we were using that I love to use pretty much everywhere I go, and that's a bladed jig. And of course this one I made from Lure Parts Online, and I'm going to give you a little secret here. I use a 3 and a 4 size split ring. What's the difference? A number 3 size split ring actually lets the bait hunt more, and it becomes more erratic. I do have to reel it a little bit slower, but in a river situation where it's a lot of stained water, a lot of the time that erratic action can really trigger those summer bass. Now I also use a size 4, and that's when I want the standard retrieve that you look like on like a chatterbait or any other bladed jig that you build. Both those split rings can make a big difference depending on what you want the action of your bait to be. Now no doubt the star of today's show was the Terminator Poppin' Frog, my absolute favorite frog of all time, and I usually utilize two colors, that black and yellow and that white. Why did I choose white? I chose it because they were keying in on bait fish, and this without question was getting more strikes than any other color. Now the rod I built for this was the first rod that I built on this blank, and this is an MB 7/8 12 to 20, a fantastic fast tip type of blank with a lot of power in the back end, and I used that to build a frog rod. It also will make a great Carolina rig rod. Rigged here with 40-pound test, Suffix Pro Mix braid, really strong, really great at casting. That delivered the job, and the hook sets with that braid are incredible. That's everything that we used today. It was simple. You just had to slow down and be precise with your cast. It was a lot of fun. Let's get back to the show. There you go. Another one. Come here. Come here. Fun. You know, this fish is not going to measure for what I'm going to tell you about, but La Crosse has a great thing called the Lunker League. So what is it? So they have 14 different species, and you register them, and for largemouth it's 18.5 inches, for example. You get an 18.5 incher, you take a picture of it on a bump board, and then you send it to La Crosse, and you can win all kinds of cool prizes. So you can compete with your kids, you can compete against other anglers, but La Crosse is a great way of recognizing your awesome accomplishments in fishing. Like I said, there's 14 different species. If you want to find out more, and I think you should, because it's another great reason to come to La Crosse, go to explorelacrosse.com/Lunker League. Gotcha!
Here we go.
That is nice. There you go. I'm telling you what, we had an absolutely awesome time again here in La Crosse. Look at these absolutely beautiful fish. You want to find out about one of my favorite areas to fish in the entire country? Go to explorelacrosse.com. I want to thank my buddy Jeremiah Burish for joining us. Always great to have him in the boat. Until next time, God bless you. I'm Jim Crowley. We'll see you soon.